Hey, speaking of
This
love,
is love.
I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I No,
It's all about love, though. That's not true?
You really heard that? Nah.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Jennifer Lopez has always managed to keep a clean image, but recent revelations may prove otherwise. What if I told you her ties to a dark Hollywood underbelly might have been what finally broke her relationship with Ben Affleck? For years, Jennifer has presented herself as an untainted superstar, a triple threat known for her acting, singing, and dancing. But her past connections with some of Hollywood's most controversial figures are beginning to resurface this time. It seems the spotlight has landed on her alleged involvement in some of the activities of her former boyfriend, Diddy, and now insiders claim that Ben Affleck, who initially stood by her side, knew about these connections all along. So, what exactly did Ben learn, and did it push him to cut ties for good? Let's find out. Celebrity Insider News. Back in the late 1990s, Jennifer and Diddy were one of Hollywood's most talked about couples. At that time, Diddy was at the top of his game as a music mogul, and Jennifer, fresh off her Selena's success, was solidifying herself as a serious actress. Their romance, however, was marred by controversy. The 1999 club shooting in Times Square changed everything. Diddy, Jennifer, and his young protege Shine were at Club New York when a scuffle erupted. What followed was a gunfight that left 3 people injured, and Diddy, along with Jennifer, hightailed it out of the scene in a dramatic high-speed chase that ended with the two getting pulled over by the nip. While Diddy faced some issues, Jennifer was eventually let off without charges. But this incident marked the beginning of her attempts to distance herself from the man whose career and lifestyle were getting into chaos. Since then, Jennifer has downplayed her connection to Diddy's criminal activities, insisting she was just an innocent person caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. She broke up with Diddy soon after claiming she needed to focus on her career. However, insiders say she remained closely connected to Diddy's world long after their split.
I know what they say about me, about hopeless romantics, that we're weak. And I'm not weak. It takes strength to keep believing in something after you keep falling flat on your face.
Now, with reports surfacing that the FBI has been keeping tabs on Diddy's notorious parties, new information suggests that Jennifer may have been present at some of these controversial gatherings, leading many people to wonder if she got swept up in activities that were both legally and morally questionable. Even though Jennifer has tried to stay clear of Diddy scandals, whispers of hidden secrets and potential blackmail have followed her for years. The recent claims point to video footage of her that could destroy her career and reputation. If Ben knew about these connections, it could explain why he decided to distance himself before things got out of control. While Jennifer's connection to Diddy goes far deeper than many people realize, while people believe their romance ended decades ago, people close to the situation suggest that Jennifer may have stayed intertwined with Diddy's dangerous world long after their official split, even after she started dating other high-profile men. Jennifer was attending exclusive behind-closed doors, parties hosted by Diddy, and these weren't your typical Hollywood parties. These were Diddy's parties that allegedly involved all sorts of illegal activities, ranging from substance use to inappropriate interactions with girls. News sources suggest that Jennifer participated in these parties to stay on good terms with Diddy, possibly to ensure he didn't release any compromising information about her. Insiders also hint that there might have been footage or other evidence involving Jennifer in situations that could damage her career and public image. If these allegations are true, it would explain why she would keep attending these gatherings despite the risk. Now, where does Ben Affleck fit into all this? It seems like Ben might have known more about Jennifer's past with Diddy than he ever let on sources close to. The couple have suggested that Ben was fully aware of Jennifer's ties to Diddy and the potential skeletons in her closet. Allegedly, he was unaware of the talks about Jennifer's involvement in some of these controversial parties, but chose to stay silent to protect her. However, once news broke about the FBI looking into Diddy's activities, Ben became uneasy. The talks about video footage and detailed testimonies implicating Jennifer began to circulate, and Ben was said to have been briefed on the legal implications. He began to realize just how damaging it could be for his career and reputation if he continued to be linked to Jennifer. The situation escalated when prosecutors got wind of Jennifer's potential involvement as part of a broader investigation into Diddy. Her name came up more frequently, causing concern among Jennifer's legal team. According to sources, Jennifer's attorneys advised her to distance herself from anyone who could drag her further into this mess. But the tipping point came when law enforcement hinted that more pawns and warrants were on the way targeting associates of Diddy's, who might have knowledge of these illegal gatherings. Jennifer, sensing the heat, allegedly started making efforts to cut ties and secure herself legally, but the damage had already been done. Things took a shocking turn when new documents and testimony surfaced pointing directly at Jennifer's presence at Diddy's infamous parties. One blind item circulating among Hollywood insiders claims that there are multiple recordings from these parties that could implicate Jennifer, and activities that are not only morally questionable, but also very controversial. The item goes further to suggest that some of the individuals Jennifer interacted with at these events weren't of legal age. This is where it gets even messier because if these videos do exist and they fall into the wrong hands, it could spell the end of Jennifer's career. But the worst part is that this information has already made its way to Ben Affleck, and that's when he decided he couldn't stand by her any longer. Ben tried to give Jennifer the benefit of the doubt, at first choosing to believe that these were just rumors meant to tear them apart. But as more insiders started talking, and as legal threats against Diddy and Jennifer became more real, Ben's support began to waver. Sources close to the couples say that Ben couldn't ignore the gravity of what was being uncovered. He knew that if any of this went public, it would not only drag Jennifer down, but could also tarnish his own reputation. He couldn't afford to risk his hard-earned comeback by staying involved with someone who might be caught up in such a bad situation. Ben tried to distance himself quietly at first, but when it became clear that Jennifer was unable to clear her name, he knew it was time to walk away for good. It was a heartbreaking decision for Ben, but it was one he felt he had no choice. With everything going on, it's no surprise that Jennifer Lopez is hustling to keep her reputation intact. She's always been smart about her business and PR, but if these new accusations are legit, she's got a serious mess to deal with. Some insiders are calling it her exit strategy, which seems to involve staying away from Diddy, keeping a low profile, and maybe even cutting ties that could get her in trouble. People have noticed that Jennifer's team is making some changes to how she is seen in public. She's trying to spin her story as someone who got caught up in the drama, with powerful guys like Diddy rather than someone who was in on it. It's a tricky situation. She doesn't want to look guilty, but she also doesn't want to come off as a total victim. Meanwhile, her public comments have been pretty vague. Instead of addressing the allegations, she's focusing on her kids, her career, and staying positive despite the unfortunate rumors. On the flip side, Ben Affleck is doing his own thing to distance himself from this mess. Sources say he has been putting out statements through his reps saying that his divorce with Jennifer has nothing to do with recent allegations, and that he's just focusing on getting his life back on track. Ben's also been getting back into his work and charity stuff. He's been spotted at various events showing off his family, man, and activist side. All of this is part of his plan to reshape his image and avoid the chaos surrounding Jennifer. Given his past struggles, he knows how tough it can be to rebuild a reputation, and he's not about to let her drama drag him down again. The big question now is whether Jennifer can dodge the storm brewing around her. Some professional lawyers think that if Jennifer is linked to Diddy's alleged parties, it could lead to a bigger investigation, especially if we're involved or illegal substances were being used. Even if she didn't do anything wrong, just being associated with Diddy's activities could bring a lot of trouble in her way. Both Jennifer and Ben have dealt with their fair share of scandals, but this time, it feels like there's a lot more on the line. If you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any updates on your favorite celebrities and the latest drama straight out of Hollywood.